Hi, welcome to Glow's Kinder Kitchen, and I'm Glow. I just wanted to welcome everybody and thank you for continuing to support our channel. We really appreciate it. And I wanted to share today a video with you that I saw from a dear friend of mine, Viola, who's also on YouTube. We both have very similar tastes and also in the way we cook. And she had posted a recipe for lemon bars, and it looks just absolutely delicious and easy. And she called it lemon bars, but I'm going to call it Viola's easy lemon bars. And I am so excited to share this with you all. And also, this will be my first time cooking it too, but coming up with summer coming up and everything, easy is what it's all about, right? And also for holidays. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing is I went ahead and it calls for 2 sticks of butter or 1 cup. So I went ahead and melted it because that was one of the directions. And it calls for, well, let's back up. There's a shortbread crust on this. Yes, a shortbread crust. So that right there stopped me. I was like, I know this is going to be good. So it has butter. And it has flour, which is 2 cups plus 2 tablespoons. And when I measured this out, I did 2 cups plus 1/8 of a cup because 1/8 of a cup is 2 tablespoons. It's just easier for me. And then it also calls for 1/2 cup of sugar and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And this is real vanilla. So, oh, and also a little bit of salt. Yeah, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So let's go ahead and do up the shortbread part, and then we'll move over to the lemon filling. So I've got 1 cup or 2 sticks of melted butter here. And to that, I'm going to go ahead and add in, let's do the sugar first. And that's 1/2 cup of sugar. And the reason I did it first is because I wanted that to dissolve in that butter. And then we're going to just slowly start adding in this flour. I have my oven preheating to 325 degrees. That's the temperature Viola said to use. And she also said to use a parchment paper lined 9x13 pan. So that's what I did. And because I'm using salted butter, I am going to use 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If you are using unsalted butter, then you would want to use 1/2 teaspoon of salt. In fact, I'll go ahead and put that in. So that's my 1/4 teaspoon. That way I won't forget. So have you guys ever made lemon bars before? I have, and the ones that I have done, I have cooked the curd, or lemon curd that is, on top of the stove. This particular recipe, you don't have to do that. And that's one of the things that enticed me to want to make this, because it'll be so much easier. And now I'm going to go ahead and it calls for 2 teaspoons of the real vanilla. So let's go ahead and put that in. Now, Richard and I are big time lemon lovers. Anything with lemon, we both really enjoy. Whether it's lemon pie, lemon bars, lemon cookies, Lemonade, I love fresh squeezed lemonade. How about you guys? What's your favorite? Lemon cake, lemon pound cake. I mean,
oh yeah.
The list goes on and on. Lemon and blueberry scones. Those are so good. And with our lemon and rosemary. Lemon on fish.
Lemon in my tea.
Oh yeah. So good. So look at that, you guys. What do you think?
Looking good.
I think it's ready to put in. So let's go ahead and just put that in here. And then she just presses it out. So I'm going to go ahead and press this out into the pan, and once I get this pressed out, I'll be right back, and then we're going to put this in the oven, and then we're going to do up the filling for the lemon curd. So I'll be back in just a moment. Well, I got this shortbread crust in the pan, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven at 325 degrees. She says 20 to 22 minutes. So we'll keep an eye on it, but I'm going to go ahead and set my timer starting at 18 minutes, and I'll check it. So anyway, I'm going to put that in, and then I'll be back, and we're going to do the lemon curd. See you in a few minutes.
Bye-bye.
Well, let's go ahead and make the curd together now. Look at these beautiful lemons, you guys.
Big ones.
Yeah, they're from California. And I'll tell you a tip that I have learned actually many years ago from a friend, that if you warm up your lemons first, like in the microwave, and then you rub them on your chopping board or your counter, you'll get more juice out of them. And it works.
Why is that?
Good question. I'm not really sure, but I do know it works. So
Okay.
anyway, I'm going to cut this in half. What we need is 1 cup of fresh lemon juice. Oh, it smells so good. So I'm going to go ahead
1 cup, man.
and ream these lemons. Viola said it takes about 4 lemons. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and I'm going to stop at 3 because they're big lemons, and we'll see how much juice we have, and then we might need the 4th one. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, everybody, I just took this out of the oven, and the edges have to be starting to get a little bit brown, and it's all set. Mine did take about 30 minutes, just so you know. Now, with that being said, I have an electric oven, and Viola has a gas oven, and I do know that her oven cooks hot. So that could be the difference there. But I always start off sly on the time because you just never know when you're trying a recipe. But I'll put a notation for myself that my oven took 30 minutes. So anyway, let's go ahead now and step over to the other counter, and we're going to put the lemon curd together, and that's going to go on top of this.
Sounds good.
Well, I got our lemon juice all ready. It took 3 of those lemons. So we need 1 cup, and that's what we have. Just a little bit over, but not much. So our next step is I went ahead and I cracked our eggs. I do them one at a time, put them in a different bowl, and then put them in here. I've got 6. So I'm just going to go ahead and lightly beat these just to get them started.
The sifter's in the way. But I'm moving around here.
Oops, sorry. There we go. That one egg yolk just doesn't want to get caught in here. He's like, leave me alone. All right, we're going to set that aside. Now Viola says to take 2 cups of granulated sugar, which I have here, right. And she says to put it in a sifter. Whoops. Kind of made a mess there. And then, 6 tablespoons of flour. So I measured that out, and she says to sift that together. Okay, so I'm going to set that over here and get that out of the way. And And then she says we are to put the eggs in here with this. Let me turn it this way so you guys can see. Oh, here we go. And I always wash my dishes as I'm going along, so I have not as much cleanup at the end. I just find it makes my life easier, so.
Mine too, because I'm the dishwasher.
Sometimes you are, yes.
Every night.
And then the 1 cup of the lemon juice.
Lemon.
These had a lot of seeds in them. I think oh, there's one there. I can't let them get in there. There we go. But I do like the pulp in it. Let me put that there. A moment. I got myself a little whisk here. So what I'm going to do is just whisk this up. I'll be back. And then we're going to be putting this over the crust.
Sounds good.
All right. I'll see you in a moment.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So now here we got our crust. Doesn't that look just beautiful, you guys?
Looks good.
Now, Viola says that according to the recipe, you are to prick your crust, but not all the way through to the bottom. She says the reason for doing this is to get your crust, set your crust in place, and also to set your filling. So I'm going to go ahead.
It could be tricky, if you're not supposed to go through the bottom.
Right. So just lightly do it. And it just slides right down. But, you know, like I said, we don't want it to go all the way through. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with this part. I'll be back, and then we're going to be pouring over that curd. I did taste it. I know you're not supposed to do that with the raw eggs, but it's so good, you guys. So I'll be back in a moment.
We'll keep on stabbing there.
Okay, so now you can see the crust. I pricked it with a fork all over. And now we're ready to go ahead and pour our filling, or our lemon curd, over this. Now she said, don't worry if it goes over the crust. She said that's just fine.
An overflow.
Yeah, it's definitely going to do that.
As long as it doesn't overflow on the pan.
Oh, it won't do that.
I know that.
I'm already so excited about this, and I know Richard is too.
Yes, I am.
I know you are.
I guess.
All right, so I'm ready to put that back in the oven. And she says it's to be in there about 26 minutes. But because of my oven being a little cooler, I think it's going to take a little longer. But I'm going to set my timer at 24 minutes. And we'll see where it's at that point. But I'll probably have to cook it longer. So I'll see you back after I take it out of the oven.
Bye-bye.
Okay, you guys, I just took this out of the oven. And it took my oven 33 minutes instead of the 26. So, and the key, she said, is it's not supposed to jiggle. And it's not jiggling now. So now...
Good job on the jiggle. Or no jiggle.
Thanks. Now I have to wait and let this cool for 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah. 2 hours. I talk about patience, right? Patience of Job. So we have to smell this for 2 hours as it's cooling. But then we got an additional hour because we have to put it in the refrigerator to chill after that. And then we can slice it. So anyway, we'll see you back in about 3 hours.
3 hours? Okay.
It sure smells good.
After dinner.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Well, it's been 3 hours, and we certainly have been patient, haven't we, Richard?
Yes, we have.
Yeah. Now it's time for us to be able to sample this. First thing I need to do is one thing that's really nice about using parchment paper is it makes it easy to lift something out of the dish that you just prepared it in. So see how nicely that came out?
That was pretty easy.
Yeah. So I'm just going to fold this parchment paper back. And Viola said to take powdered sugar, and I keep my powdered sugar for stuff like this in just one of these containers. Now Viola used a sieve, and she put her powdered sugar in it, and then you just, tap it, and the powdered sugar goes out. This is
You
similar,
used a what?
a sieve or a sieve.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and so this, you just tap, and it comes out. I use this like for pancakes and that kind of waffles. Yeah, now it's coming out easy. So you just lightly put this powdered sugar over the top. Well, I gotta tell you, these lemon bars, they smell really good. All right. So, well, I'm just gonna cut out one row for right now. Viola says to keep this in the refrigerator and keep it refrigerated.
That sounds good, like a good idea. I like it a little cold.
Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to slice. There we go. Just like that. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get a plate out to put this on, and then we're going to try this together. I am really looking forward to this. So we'll be right back. Well, now it's time for the taste test, and this is the part that we both look forward to. Not only do I enjoy cooking, but I also enjoy eating, as I'm sure all of us do. Just look at this. And if you were here, you would smell all that lemon in there as well. With that,
That's good.
Yeah.
Lemon.
And with that crust, I bet it's just delicious. Look at that, you guys. Mmm. This is really good. The curd, the lemon curd is so creamy. I mean, really creamy. It's perfect. And then that shortbread crust with it, it just sends it over the top. Mmm. I gotta say, this is a double thumbs up. Mmm. Richard, you're gonna love this.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good.
Sounds good.
Viola, first thing is I need to thank you for sharing this wonderful recipe with all of us. It is fabulous. This is definitely a keeper. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. And if you haven't become a member of our channel yet, please do. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button, give me a like, thumbs up, and I want to thank you for your time. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.